The saying goes, love can make a person do very strange things. Things that wouldn't be normally done for anybody else. A love letter filled with words of passion and care. A visit halfway across the globe just to be next to the one you love. Living with them, and even birthing a creation in a place you call home. What most people forget is that fear can cause a person to do many strange things. Things that they wouldn't normally do when it comes to a loved one. A letter filled with passion but concern, traveling halfway across the globe just to see if the rumors are true. Are they still alive? And even following up on the words that your lover spoke in their letter for you, that they are ready to become one and to birth a creation in a place you once called home. In the coastal nation of Livber, in the northwest corner of Gaia, stands a proud, tall, and long-forgotten home. Rooted in the cliffs overlooking one of the many seas this nation is surrounded by, one can easily hear the waves crashing against its dark, sandy shores. You stand there, facing what used to be your home 5 years ago. The letter sent to you beckoned you back, promising to see your love once again. But the thing is, she was dead, right? Livber, Smoke and Mirrors is an interactive psychological horror story shaped by your choices, one steeped in love, obsession, and madness. Every decision you make, every step you take, will pull you deeper into your own personal insanity. While the official release date is October 28th, 2025, it is possible for you to play a little portion of the game through their free demo, which contains the first act of this ever-maddening story. However, this world of Gaia and this North-West Nation of Livber has so much more to offer than just this story. There are many tales to be told, and some of them I can read to you. Through the InEv Games newsletter, I and others who have subscribed to their mailing list were not only given updates on their game, but also little gifts, which are short stories that encompass the world of Gaia and Livber in particular. I will be reading some of these short stories to you for your enjoyment. But if you want to see these stories yourself, not only read them and follow along with me, but to also see the beautiful artwork that is connected to it, I highly recommend also subscribing to the InEv Games mailing list, which can be found on their website, which I will link in the description below. Now, without further ado, sit back, relax, and join me on this little adventure of the Livber Story Collection. Livber Story Collection number 9, The Star That Became the Pearl. Ages upon ages ago, long after light and dark had clashed and the first creations had come forth, the skies of Gaia glittered with stars. Yet among them shone one unlike the rest, a young star, brighter than her kin, endlessly curious and touched with pride. Her brilliance dazzled every gaze. The humans of the earth steered their ships by her glow, crossing the boundless seas beneath her guiding light. She was born as part of the light itself. She lived to reveal, to make known, and above all, to shine this essence. Each night, as she hung upon the loom of Neverall, she loved to watch the turning earth below. One night, her gaze fell upon a quiet cove to the east of Kardiya, and there, upon the surface of the waters, she beheld her own reflection. Nowhere around her, nor above her, had she seen such beauty, only beneath, upon the water's skin. She fell in love with the way her own light danced upon the waves, with the way it shimmered and shone. How magnificent, she thought. I must take a closer look at myself. She drew a breath closer. Next night, one more breath closer, and the night after, one more. Slowly, the star was descending from the sky. The first to notice were the sailors of Kardiya and the parrots who roamed the seas. Look, they said, the crowned star of Ouroboros grows larger with each passing night. Soon after, the nomadic Kardis Homans dwelling within Kardiya felt a shift in the whispers of the wind. Something was no longer as it should be. The great god Hulagan was speaking to her. But the young star heard none of the whispers. All she longed for was to behold the splendid reflection in the water more closely. The closer she drew, and closer still, until one night she could no longer hold herself back. Slipping from her place in the heavens, she fell into the waters of the sea. When the star fell into Gaia's waters, a wondrous brilliance spread across all things. Yet soon the wave and the currents began to carry her radiance away. Each time she tried to gaze upon her own reflection upon the surface, the water rippled and broke it apart. "Moon," cried the star, "where has my shimmer gone?" Nights chased after nights. No longer was she wrapped in the vast emptiness she had known, but in salt waters filled with the calm of cool, embracing dark. Her pride turned to fear. "I do not belong here," she cried out. "I must return to the sky." But with every struggle, the salt waters burned her face and smothered her light. The brilliance she once gazed upon with pride had now become but a sooty stain. At last she ceased her thrashing and, in despair, began to sink into the bottom of the sea. In that moment she saw a fish, yet not an ordinary fish, for this one spoke. Its voice was borne upon the breath of whirlwind Huluka's winds. "Why do you struggle, little light?" it asked. "I wish to see myself," said the star. I gazed into the water. I drew closer and closer, and then I fell. But whenever I tried to look upon myself, the waves wrinkle my face and snuff out my glow. "Every wind and every light has its path," said the fish. "Some things are seen from without, but others only from within. Your brilliance, too, springs from your own essence, so struggle no longer." "From within?" asked the star, astonished. The fish nodded. "Here we count 9 times. We look within ourselves, and then, once more, we shine." Never before had the star thought of herself. She always had looked outward, at the moon, at the other stars, at her reflection upon the water's face. Then she stopped. She turned her thoughts inwards. She imagined her own radiance, imagined and imagined and imagined, and each time the stains that clung around her melted away. The star began to shine once more, for her brilliance had always sprung from her very own essence. The star never again tried to rise to the surface, for there was no need. She settled peacefully upon the seabed, leaning against the mossy stones. Her light illuminated the sands around her. Fish came to rest beside her, and the seaweeds fed upon her glow. She was no longer a star of the heavens. She had become the first pearl shining in the depths of the sea. Once again, these stories are being sent to those who have subscribed to the InEv Games mailing list. If you want to join me in the eager anticipation for the release of Livber Smoke and Mirrors, as well as follow along with my readings of these short stories, remember to sign up for their newsletter, which will be available in the description below, and wishlist the game Livber Smoke and Mirrors, which will come out in full on October 28th, 2025. Have a lovely night, my lovely starlights.